Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this white coat ceremony for the South College Doctor of Physical Therapy program in honor of our students in the June cohort class of 2025. I'm Dr. Alex Kozolinsky. I'm the director of the South College DPT program here at Knoxville. I want to thank all of the faculty and the administrative staff, as well as our students, the families, the friends, and the significant others who are joining us here today in the sweltering heat of the Bridgewater Place, but also joining us virtually in our live stream event. I do consider this to be an honor to stand in front of all of you today to celebrate the accomplishments of our students and also witness the testimony of the faculty as we show our collective faith and trust in our students and their journey towards a career as a healthcare professional. So many of you may not be familiar with the symbolism and meaning of the white coat ceremony. So the white coat itself is considered to be a symbol of health, healing, and hope. Many also consider the white coat to be a symbol of compassion and excellence in physical therapy practice. And there has been a lot of research done on patient perception of what a clinical provider wears. And what this research tells us is that what the attire is of the provider, it is meaningful to the patient and also has a significant impact to their impression of their own medical care and experiences. So therefore, the white coat can have a significant impact and a profound impact on your patient care. So the white coat ceremony is conducted by as many as 97% of medical school programs across this country. And the same is true for physical therapy programs. And many physical therapy programs will conduct their white coat ceremony at 3 different time points in their program. Some conduct the ceremony in the very beginning during orientation as they welcome students into their program and give them the white coat. Others will delay the white coat ceremony until the middle of the ceremony or middle of the program, like we do here at South College, right before the first clinical experience. And others will delay the white coat ceremony until the very end of the program and conduct that ceremony right before graduation. But the program faculty and also the administration consider the white coat ceremony to be a symbol of the start of the professional phase of your program. You've been through 1 year of the program already with all the didactic work, and now it's time to put that work into practice, and now you have entered into the stage of the professional phase. The faculty and administration also consider the ceremony here to be a symbol of the faith and trust that we have in all of you as you continue your journey of your professional training. So the white coat ceremony is also intended to remind you of your personal and professional responsibility to each and every patient that you see, regardless of their diagnosis, regardless of their age or their background, regardless of their beliefs, their culture, their race. We are supposed to give every patient the undue respect and attention that they deserve. You are also expected in your clinical experience to adhere to the ethics and core values that are espoused by our program and also the American Physical Therapy Association. Also remember that when you're on your clinical experience, that you represent the South College institution. Also, you represent our faculty and also the profession. And as you continue all of your patient experiences, you are expected to adhere to those values and ethics that we espouse. But I do want you all to know that the faculty and administration of our program have faith and trust in all of you and believe that you are prepared, you have the knowledge and the skills to begin your very first clinical experience. So that first clinical experience is only a week away. It's down to just a few days. And that's probably not helping you at all. You might be very nervous to start your clinical experience. And I remember back to my first one. It was 4 weeks long, and I was so nervous that I ended up with laryngitis for 3 out of the 4 weeks. My best voice was my last day as I said goodbye to everybody in the clinic. But whether you have a lot of nerves or just a few, I do want to give you some advice. Remember back to all of the training that we did in this program with mindfulness. It's a very impactful way to help manage your emotions. Think of the ways that you can calm your nerves. Simple 4-7-8 breathing can be done in a moment's notice with nobody watching. Self-coaching and self-talk can be done without anybody noticing that as well. Maybe consider doing some yoga or even some power poses. Give yourself some confidence in what you're about to do. But also think about all of the experiences that you've had over the past year. Think about all of the assignments and the interactions that you've had in our program where our focus has been on professional communication and body language. What about all those synchronous sessions and lab activities where we really foster the development of your critical thinking and problem solving? What about all the hours of training and practice that you did in lab and also at home, practicing all of those techniques that you're going to use for a patient examination or an intervention? You are well prepared to develop a treatment plan for patients with a variety of diagnoses and impairments. So as you look forward to beginning your first clinical experience, there may be a moment where you feel that you're lacking some confidence and even some doubt as to your ability to conduct a patient exam or help a patient with the problems they present. But I do want you to remember that the faculty here before you today and through our program, that we have faith in you, and we believe that you have the knowledge and skill to begin this clinical experience. We believe you have the knowledge and skill to think through these problems and also to have the knowledge and skill to develop a plan of care and act in the best interest of your patients. So folks, thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. Best wishes to all of you. So now I would like to introduce our distinguished faculty speaker. Our speaker tonight is none other than Dr. Ashley Gannis. Dr. Gannis is very familiar to our program as she is not only one of our faculty, but she is also a graduate of our program from the year 2021. Dr. Gannis quickly rose through the ranks in her clinical career and in profession, as she was able to establish the knowledge and skill that allowed us to have the confidence to bring her into our program as one of our faculty. And she's very well known to our students is because she has had the opportunity to work with our students each and every time they've been on campus for the past year, and this lab as well. So 5 continuous labs. Probably the first faculty who've been able to do that. Dr. Gannis lives here in Knoxville, and she has her clinical practice in an outpatient facility, in a home health facility here in town. And her specialty area is in treating the older adult. She's also getting prepared to take her board certification exam with specialty practice in geriatrics. Please join me in welcoming her to the stage.
Hello, everybody. I don't know if you need to breathe as much as I need to breathe, but everybody, take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. All right. And I will likely not make as much eye contact as Dr. K. He crushed it. So I wanted to say thank you for all of the families that have come out to support these students who have worked so hard over the last 5 quarters. I, as Dr. K said, graduated from South College as the June cohort in 2021, and I can truly attest to being in their shoes and knowing what they've been through and how great of an experience this is today to celebrate those accomplishments. My time at South actually started in this very room 5 years ago. I remember cautiously walking in the door over there to claim my name tag. Dr. C greeted every single student by their name, which just blew my mind. I don't know how he does that every time. I could hear the excited chatter in this room of my cohort getting to know each other, introducing themselves to each other. And to be honest, I was very nervous, a little anxious, but was positive that this was going to be the hardest and best thing that I've ever done. I have made a lot of memories in this building and in this program and with this faculty. I have met some of my best friends, learned a lot more than I realized, especially before that first clinical rotation, and laughed almost as much as I cried, which was a lot. And now I'm returning to this very room to talk to you all before you head out for your first clinical rotation, to support you, to encourage you, and to be honest with you, because you all have probably learned by now that if my mouth doesn't say it, my face will. I want you to know that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared or anxious. You will learn so much each day for the next 8 weeks. I want you all to ask questions, to find something you want to learn more about it, and research it, in all of your spare time. I want that to never stop. I want each of you to learn and grow every day, from your first day working with real patients as a student next Monday, to stepping into your future clinic after you graduate and pass your boards, because you all will, and be lifelong learners. I want you guys to continue to ask those questions and find answers for your patients so that you are the best clinician and best educator to both your patients and their families. Today is a very special day. The white coat ceremony started in medicine in the early 1990s. It symbolizes the commitment students have to serve others through their profession. It is often seen as a symbol of authority, professionalism, caring, and trust. Physicians traditionally receive their white coats to symbolize the transition from academic study to professional practice. Here, it marks the transition and completion of 5 very intensive quarters into a full-time clinical rotation. Our student practitioners will soon enter their first 8-week clinical rotation, working in outpatient orthopedic care facilities and complex medical environments like hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, and home health. This white coat symbolizes a significant moment for these aspiring physical therapists. As the family and friends of these students, you have observed the long hours of memorizing minuscule functions of the human body, participated in videos filmed for educational purposes only, which was likely took more than 1 take, or in my case, 10, just to find out my husband crossed his legs while I was taking blood pressure. We truly appreciate your continued support of these students, but especially on this day, when we commemorate their hard work with the donning of a coat packed with meaning. I would like each of you to think back to the start of this program and ask yourself, how have I changed? From my perspective, after working with this cohort for 4 of their 5 quarters, I would say you have done more than change. You have transformed. You have grown into inquisitive, critical thinking, compassionate student physical therapists. You all stand here today on the threshold of your chosen career as future doctors of physical therapy. I want you to accept the challenge of never losing sight of the importance of each patient and your ability to make an impact on the quality of their lives. Now, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now open your eyes. You are ready. You are going to be great, and I'm so proud of every single one of you. Before I leave, I'm going to share a quote from the brilliant author, Karen Salmison. Don't wait until you reach your goal to be proud of yourself. Be proud of every step you take. Thank you.
Well, that's a tough first step. So thank you, Dr. Ganis, for some very inspiring words. So folks, you may not know this about our program, but many of our program faculty live outside of the Knoxville area. And so all of our faculty are very proud of all that you've done, folks. But we have a few faculty who are here today who would like to give a personal remark, but we also have faculty who could not be in attendance today because they live remotely, and so they have provided a video message to all of you. So I'm going to invite our faculty up to the stage so they can provide that personal message to all of you, and then after that we'll have our student speaker. Faculty?
Y'all dress up nice. Oh, okay, should I stand back here? Okay, I got you. Yeah, they put me up here first to figure out the microphone. Whatever. Wow, this is incredible. I just am so excited for you. I can barely think, and that's saying a lot. So I really want to tell you or remind you of what brought you here today. It was your passion, right? You know me, your passion drove everything, your enthusiasm, your hard work, your dedication. There's just so much you've done to get through here to Q5 and maybe a few long immersive labs, whatever, okay? But truly, it's the passion that drives you. And I want you to remember that when you're out on your clinicals and you're meeting your patients and you're remembering what this was all for, okay? You're gonna be nervous, but focus on them. You're not just helping them with their physical recovery, you're giving them hope, you're giving them inspiration, you're helping them with their challenges. I mean, they couldn't be in better hands. So when you're feeling down or you're feeling frustrated, go back to all that hard work, that passion. You want to embrace opportunities to continue to learn and look at that as how lucky you are to have that chance. And so there is no wrong answer. There is just continual dedication, and again, let that passion drive you. And I say that word a lot on purpose. So try to channel that. And you know, because you kind of know me, the last thing I'm going to tell you to make sure you do, enjoy the moment. Okay.
Couldn't have said it better. Now, if you'll remember back to sync last week, some of you heard my literal soapbox. I brought this for you. I may or may not use 4-7-8 breathing while I do this. But I want you to do that too. I want you to picture your why every time you foam in or foam out, or if you look at your clinical instructor and everything leaves your face. It's always okay to go wash your hands. Just a minute. Take a deep breath. Remember your why. All right, now you're clean and ready to go. And then start back in. I think Theodore Roosevelt gets credit for this quote all the time, but it was actually something he wrote about something a friend said. Anyway, it says, do what you can with what you have where you are. So no matter if you're in a fabulous state-of-the-art rehab facility with overhead lifts and gait training machines and things like that, or if you're home health, walking into some homes with all kinds of stuff that you might be able to use if you were in a different home, but you don't want to touch it that moment, or if you're just in a small rural hospital that doesn't have what your BFF across the country has. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, you have the ability to come up with effective choices and decisions. You've got the clinical reasoning there, and you've got your clinical instructor to help you grow in figuring out how to be effective for that patient right in front of you. It's all about them in that moment. And if you have to take a deep breath, do a little extra sanitizing, buy yourself some good lotion, it's gonna get dry, okay? Then so be it. But you will do a really, really good job for lots of patients. When I look at how many of you there are in this room, and I think about how many people and how many families are gonna have better days because they interfaced with you, it's incredible. And they're all my whys,
They're all your whys, they're all our whys, and we're just very, very proud and excited for you. Congratulations.
All right, folks, this is it. So for families and friends, you may not know of me or know me at all, but I am the Director of Student Affairs, so my responsibility, or at least one of them, is to coordinate everything that pertains to orientation. And a year from today, approximately, I had all these folks coming into our campus, very nervous, and said, I don't know what I'm getting through. And now you know. So I hope that you don't regret it, right? But at the beginning, I was telling them, it is not about the grades. Don't fight for those hundreds of a point. It's about the knowledge. Because at the end of the day, what you are going to do with that knowledge is to serve others. So at the beginning, it was hard to get into that mindset because those hundreds of a point may actually mean you are in the program, you're out, right? But hopefully, after all these quarters that you've been pushing through it, you have a lot in your noggin that you're going to be using in a week from now. Do you know it all? No, but don't worry because nobody does, all right? The idea is to be humble. The idea is to be open. The idea is to be sure of yourselves. Remember, I always ask, when I ask a question and you answer with the question mark at the end, what do I say? Are you asking me or you're telling me? All right? That is going to show. When you are with your patients, you need to show that you know what you're doing, all right? And I think that you have a year of training for that. All those recordings in front of the webcam and everything that you've done in the oral practical exams, all that pays off. This program is designed for you to be successful in the upcoming year, where you're going to be seeing lots of patients and you're going to have the chance to put in practice everything that you have learned. So I'm very proud of you. I'm quite sure you're going to do wonderful, as all of the previous cohorts that we have trained for this. So even though the synchronous sessions, reading materials, being in your room with that computer and everything else can be put on the rear view mirror for a while, don't forget about us, because in 3 months you're going to be back for quarter 6, okay? So I cannot wait until then. All the best.
Hi, and congratulations on this tremendous achievement. You've made it to this point. I hope that your white coat will remind you of the special place that you have in the lives of your patients and their families as you work with them at some of their most vulnerable moments. Clinic days will include big, wonderful moments, and you're also going to have days that are filled with thousands of little moments that build into a life and career that you can be proud of. You might be nervous, or you might also be wondering right now, am I really ready for this? I can say that as I've gotten to know you all over the past year, I have seen your intelligence, your commitment, and your compassion. You are smart, you are hardworking, and you are caring. And you are most definitely ready for this next step into clinical practice and to accept the responsibility that comes with it. Congratulations, everyone. I can't wait to hear about it.
Hi, June class of 2025. It's Dr. Butler here. Congratulations on your white coat ceremony. I wish I could be there at lab to celebrate with you all, but I've got an even better idea for celebrating. We can just celebrate at 7 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday night, and then we can just keep the celebrations going every single Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern for the rest of the quarter in your PT1 rotation. So I hope you're as excited about those plans as I am. In all seriousness, it is an exciting time as you embark on your first clinical rotation, and I have one pearl to share with you, and that is you do not need any more knowledge to be kind and have an impact. And so if you're feeling nervous headed into PT1, nervous is normal. It means that you care. And if you feel overwhelmed or not up to speed with a given patient or diagnosis or prognosis or game plan, never underestimate the impact of simple kindness and encouragement. I was recently thinking of a patient I worked with many moons ago and a letter they wrote me, and I want to share a sentence from that letter with you. It said, "My sincere thanks for all you did to help in my recovery from back surgery. You helped me mentally and emotionally as well as physically and combined more than you will ever know." That letter was written to me during my second rotation in PT school as a student. I didn't really feel like I knew what I was doing, but I was kind to that patient, and I believed he could recover, and I encouraged him to believe it too. So do not underestimate the immediate impact you can have starting next week. Be kind and encouraging. Go get them, and see you next week at 7 p.m. Eastern to celebrate.
Hey team, I just want to say how proud I am of you all for making it this far, and you should really all be proud of yourselves as well too. This is a rigorous program, so to get to this point is huge. And so this is now your opportunity. So you've done all the groundwork. You've gotten a lot of the didactic knowledge out of the way. Not to say there's not more courses coming, but you've gotten a big chunk of your program done. And so now this is your opportunity. This is what you've all been waiting for. This is your chance now to actually start to work with other humans and really start to change their lives. And so do not take that lightly. So as you're trying to help them reduce their pain, improve their function, maximize their fitness, walk alongside them on their journey, don't take that lightly, but just realize just how much of a ripple effect you're going to have on these humans now, and then just going forward into your career. So proud of you all. Congratulations. Really looking forward to hearing you stories when you all come back and get out there and let's make some change.
Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Helen Carey. I wanted to say congratulations on this really big step in your DPT education. I know I haven't met all of you yet, but I'm still really excited about this next part of your journey. All of your hard work will pay off once you meet those first few patients, and we're all really proud of you here at South College. So I wanted to offer a few words of advice before you take off on this first clinical rotation. First and foremost, you need to show up every day on time and maybe a little bit early. Understand that you will make mistakes, but you need to learn from those mistakes. We don't expect you to know everything, but we do expect you to learn as much as possible. Be genuine with your patients. Let them know that you truly care about their rehab journey. This is so much more important than having all of the answers to all of their questions. And finally, if you ever feel overwhelmed, just stop and take a deep breath. Remember, your CI, all the therapists at your site, and all of us faculty here at South College had a first rotation too. We've all been there. It's a part of the process. So we believe in you, and we're really proud of you. And I look forward to meeting everyone in Q6 in the pediatrics course. Have a great rotation.
Hey everyone, Dr. Tyke here. I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate each of you for making it to the white coat ceremony. Wow, what an accomplishment and such an exciting time in your DPT journey. You've made it to the most fun part of that journey, in my opinion, patient care, and you get to learn from a variety of experienced clinicians along the way. My advice to each one of you is simple: be a sponge. Yes, a sponge, because I encourage you all to soak up all of the knowledge and learning opportunities that come your way over the next several weeks as you complete your clinical experiences. These are the moments that will leave an everlasting impression on you as you continue on to your final clinical rotations and beyond when you get into the clinic after you complete this program. But more importantly, the interactions you have with each one of your patients on a daily basis will have an everlasting effect on them. So keep that in mind as you arrive to your clinic every day, ready to treat those patients individually. Stay curious, ask questions, and seek any opportunity to grow and learn as a clinician, but also have fun. I'm excited to hear all about these rotations and your experiences in Q6, and I can't wait to see you all soon. Good luck.
Team, congratulations on this awesome occasion. Just want to wish each of you well, and most importantly, want you to focus on others. Don't worry about yourself, worry about the patients that you have the privilege to see. And if you do that and you follow the playbook, things are going to go well. So again, congratulations and best wishes out there.
Hello team, Dr. Myers here. What an exciting event, your white coat ceremony. Congratulations and job well done. You have accomplished so much over the past 12 months to get to this point, and you deserve to savor and enjoy this moment. I encourage you to take time to reflect back over the past 12 months at the person you were and then consider how you have grown throughout this time. Now look forward. You are preparing to head into your first clinical rotation, where you will have another chance to be challenged and to grow. I encourage you to stay mindful, stay present in the moment. The next 12 months will go quickly, and you will be graduating soon. Take a moment now to set goals for yourself. Challenge yourself. Where do you want to be in 12 months as a student, as a clinician, and as a person? Each and every one of you deserve to be proud in this moment. Believe you are right where you belong, and take that with you into this rotation. I'm sending you all of my best wishes, and I cannot wait to hear all of your clinical experiences. Now get out there and crush this clinical experience.
Well, class, as you can see, our faculty are very proud of you and very excited for you. So please stay in touch, and also please come back after your clinical experience. You still have a little more schooling to do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I want to introduce our student speaker. For the white coat ceremony, we give the class the opportunity to select who from their own class they would like to speak on their own behalf, and they have selected Amber Washington. Please join me in welcoming Amber to the stage.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that chant. Well, good evening, everyone. How are you? Good. So just a quick question. Want to make sure I'm in the right place. How many of you are here to receive your white coat? Okay. Just making sure I'm in the right building. All right. So good evening to my favorite cohort, their families, and the esteemed faculty of South College. So today, we're not just students. We are emerging healthcare professionals. This transition, while exhilarating, can also sow seeds of doubt. Doubt about whether we belong here, whether we are truly ready, or whether we are somehow imposters in our own stories. I'm reminded of a time when I returned home from work and I was talking to my husband about how I was placed into this new role and I was not quite sure if I could handle it. My husband at the time looks at me and he says, "You have imposter syndrome." And I looked at him and I said, "You do not have a medical background, so I know you're not trying to diagnose me with a syndrome." He laughs and he says, "Go look it up." So that's exactly what I did. So according to Webster's dictionary, imposter syndrome is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. So imposter syndrome is not just a fleeting feeling, it's a common experience, especially in fields where perfection is often the expected norm. It's that inner voice that whispers, "You're not good enough," and soon everyone will see. But let me tell you, each and one of you have earned your place here. You have worked tirelessly, studied hard for exams, and overcome every hurdle, not through sheer luck, but through determination and skill. So let's go back and think about how we never thought we would make it out of quarter one. Maybe for you, it was because of anatomy or physiology or evidence-based practice 1. Woo, talk about long nights, huh? Or in quarter 2, how we grew to love evidence-based practice 2 and the MSK series, and we could not wait to crack each other's backs, knees, and ankles in lab. Or in quarter 3, when we embraced Dr. Seal's jokes and the goat sounds of Dr. Young in clinical neuroscience. Or how about in quarter 4, when we started to see the why and that we are meant to be physical therapists. However, knowing this does not always silence the doubt. So how do we overcome this? The answer, I believe, lies in fostering a sense of belonging. It's that feeling that we are in the right place at the right time for the right reasons. So first, we must openly discuss our feelings of inadequacy. By sharing our experience, we realize we are not alone in this journey. There is an incredible power in discovering that your peers, whom you admire and respect, all share the same feelings of fears and doubts. These connections create a mutual sense of belonging, and they help dismantle those isolating walls of imposter syndrome. Second, we must seek and provide support. Mentorship is invaluable. Our professors and clinical instructors, they were once in our shoes. Their guidance can help us navigate our feelings and find our footing in this new phase of our lives. Likewise, we should support each other, celebrating our successes and then offering help. I'm reminded of a famous fictional surgeon from the show's Grey's Anatomy. And if you haven't watched the series, I'm sorry, but I'm about to spoil it just a little bit. So Dr. Amelia Shepard, she's a talented neurosurgeon, faced with complex, life-threatening surgeries, and she often felt the weight of her responsibilities. Before stepping into the operating room, she would strike what she called the superhero pose, standing tall with her hands on her hips. And this simple action was more than just a physical stance. It was a mental preparation and a way to summon confidence and assert herself that she belonged right there, ready to make life-saving decisions. So we must learn to accept and celebrate our achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Each patient helped, each exam passed, and each skill mastered is a step forward in our journey. So as we move forward, let us strive not only to overcome our own doubts, but to help others do the same. Let us build a community where everyone feels valued, capable, and overall a sense of belonging. So today, class, as we don our white coats, each of us is stepping into a new identity. Let us commit not just to becoming experienced professionals, but compassionate ones who understand the power of belonging and the impact that that confidence has on our growth. So, like Dr. Shepard, I would like to invite the members of my class to stand. Ladies, I'm sorry for your heels, but I promise it'll be quick. So class, I would like you to stand and place your hands on your hips. I want you to place your feet shoulder width apart. I want you to slightly elevate your chest and raise your head with confidence and repeat after me. We are future doctors of physical therapy. We are skilled. We are ready. And we belong. We will embrace challenges with courage. We are not imposters in our story. We are its heroes. You may have a seat. So class, let us step forward together, embracing our journey with unwavering confidence and secure in the knowledge that we genuinely belong here. Thank you for this honor and opportunity.
That was fantastic. So growing up, one of my favorite cartoons was Super Friends. So it was full of superheroes. So now I'll remember you forever as the class of superheroes. So very well done, Amber. Thank you. Okay, folks, now we're ready to move into the next stage of our presentation and ceremony. And it is time for us to have the ceremonial donning of the white coat. So class, Would the first row please stand and make your way to the stage?
Caitlin Adams. Casey Apple. Tiana Bailey. Andrea Banales. Alana Bass. Lily Berry. Kenley Bilbrey. Maria Biddick. Jake Bluebird. Kimberly Brooks. Sherry Brown. Brandon Bowie. Madison Cade. Ethan Knipe. Laurel Chasson. Lizzie Combs. Kaya Conroy. Kristen Cook. Hannah Cummings. Brandon Curley. Jess Tiarco. Stephanie Dedman. Chaltu Dersu. Paige Engelman. Morgan Irwin. Ty Fagley. Garrett Fairmont. Taylor Felder. Gabe Forbes. McKenna Gebhardt. Bethany Golden. Vanessa Gonzalez. Jessica Green. Hallie Gregorick. Deante Griffith. Alexa Groby. Megan Hasty. Tabby Hayden. Elizabeth Harrier. Callie Hazelton. Eden Heap. Leanne Heyer. Turner Heitzman. Addie Lane Hilton. Grace Henderson. Caden Hicks. Kason Housley. Curtis Howald. Renee Jakes. Sarah Johnson. Natasha Young. Ellie Corsicher. Kylie Kirkpatrick. Thomas Kleingardner. Ali Landry. Devin Lionberger. Michelle Locio. Beth Lovelady. Ben Lundblade. Emily Mikola. Reese Miller. Thomas Miller. Ikra Momin. Alex Morris. Alex Nade. Kevin Atkin. Emily Olin. Evan Ostengren. Megan Palco. Lauren Pennell. Nick Parmenter. Michael Pedersen. Wendy Pope. Cami Reynolds. Courtney Ray. Will Robin all. Brianna Rail. Becca Romans. Emma Sabbath. Bethany Smith. Megan Scott. Sydney Shelton. Sydney Smith. March Thomas. Katie Topper. Alex Vandergrift. Shay Walsh. Amber Washington. Kai Watson. Alex Wilson. Bailey Wilson. Logan Wilson. Haley Wood. Gabby Yeagley.
Wow. The check is in the mail. Thanks, y'all. By the way, Dr. Young, of course, forgot to do her video. So she told me to tell y'all, hey, y'all, this is Dr. Young. And then to make a goat noise, but I'm going to skip that part. So if I could get everyone to please rise for us to say our oath to our profession. So we're going to read this together. I'll get you started, and then you'll carry on. Everybody ready? All right. As a physical therapist dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly and willingly state I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals services with whom I practice. Engage in mindful, compassionate, and empathetic in all aspects of my services. Hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. Care that improves the function and lifestyle of the patients and clients we serve. Enhance my practice, lifelong acquisition, and application of knowledge, skills, and professional behavior. Participate in efforts to meet physical therapy and healthcare needs of my local community and beyond. With this pledge, accept the responsibilities that accompany the practice of physical therapy. That must have been left off, sorry. You may be seated. So this is the second time in about 4 weeks I've gotten to lead a group of folks through that pledge, because I led the graduates that just finished in June in the pledge. You'll say it again, so the next time we see one another saying these words, you'll be dressed a little bit differently in a cap and gown. So I get to do your closing remarks. So as I've gotten to do this now a couple of times, it's made me think a little bit more about our professionalism and the white coat ceremony. And the first thing I want to echo is really what everybody said. I should just say ditto and sit down, but I'm going to say a couple things. Like it's already been said, the white coat is a symbol, right? It's like an outward-facing promise to the people that we're going to serve. It's not magic. You didn't put it on and suddenly become professional, right? It's what's inside the coat that's making the professionalism. So don't forget that. You're the magic inside the coat. And I think there's really three things when I think about it, and y'all know I'm pretty simple and country-minded, but I really think there's three things that make you a professional. So I'm going to share that with you. Do the right thing. That sounds really simple, right? And if it sounds simple, then it must be simple to do the right thing, right? I would say that oftentimes, well, maybe not oftentimes, but at least some of the time, the right thing may be the hardest thing for us to do. I see some people nodding, so I'm glad I'm on the right track. Sometimes we need a great deal of courage to do the right thing. And I want to share with you a story from when I was on my first full-time teaching job. We had a student on her first clinical. It was one similar to what y'all are going on. I believe she was in a skilled nursing facility. And she got to that facility and got started all excited, just like y'all are. And she quickly realized that that facility was doing some things that really weren't ethical, and that as a professional, she didn't feel comfortable with some of the things that were being done. And she could have just made the easy decision to just put her head down, look the other direction, keep going, get finished. But she made the right choice. She did the right thing, and she called up her DCE and she said, I don't really know what to do about this, but these are the things that are happening, and I don't feel really comfortable, and I'm not sure what I should do. And that DCE said, I'll be up there tomorrow to pick you up and drive you home. She was in another state. So she did the right thing. That took a lot of courage. It cost her some days probably in her clinical. It probably cost her some money. It definitely cost her a lot of probably anxiety and some sleepless nights. And you might know this person. It's Dr. Judy Moore. Yeah. So do the right thing, right? Do the right thing. The second thing is be your best self. Again, sounds pretty simple, but is it easy to be your best self every day? I hope it's not, because if it is, I'm really failing miserably, and everybody else is doing really well. But our patients, this has already been mentioned several times, our patients deserve your best self. They're putting their faith in you, their hope in you, their trust in you, and they deserve your best self. As I watched my parents age and both have needs to get health care, I wanted that healthcare professional, sometimes a PT that was seeing them, to give my mama and my daddy their very best every time they were there. And it was really hard if I perceived they weren't giving their best. Yeah, my sister would be like, Jill, I think you should just leave the room. But I want you to think about this. This came up yesterday in the sim lab. Several people said, I would think about how I would want my grandmother treated, or my whomever it is, right? So I think when you think about that and you think about your why, that helps you to be your best. So on those days when you're tempted to phone it in and give 50% because, hey, who's gonna really notice? Think about your why. Think about you being the provider of care for someone's mom, dad, grandmother, child, and rethink giving that phone it in kind of response. And when you aren't your best self, this is a big one. When you aren't your best self, own it, acknowledge it, and apologize. This is something I'm still working really hard on, because I would like to just skip over that part, right? But when I'm not my best self and I tell my patients or I tell students or I tell my colleagues, that really wasn't my best self, I feel better. They're like, well, that's nice that she acknowledged that, and we can move on really positively versus just being like, wow, that person's just really in a grumpy mood all the time, right? So own that mistake. And then the last thing is to see and be seen. And by this, I mean see your patient. Really fully see your patient. Y'all know I'm the police person for person first language. Makes me crazy when people talk about people by their diagnosis. That's a stroke, that's a total knee, whatever. Why does that bother me so? I feel like we're not really seeing the patient, we're just seeing their diagnosis. So really strive to see your patient, who they are, who they want to be, who they want to regain being with your help. Learn what's important to them, learn who's important to them. This only happens by really listening and really looking at the patient. Be fully present. And then the last thing that goes with this is for you to be seen. We ask our patients to be honest, open, and incredibly vulnerable with us. And they really appreciate it when we can do the same thing back with them, right? When we can let them see into our lives and know some things about us and connect with us. So be vulnerable enough to share of yourself, because that's what's going to help you provide empathetic care. So everybody else besides the students here, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for the support of our students. And thanks for being here to celebrate. Graduates, as everybody has said, not graduates, sorry. Oh, Freudian flip. Sorry, dial it back. Not yet graduates, soon to be graduates, students, going out on your first clinical. As everyone has said, you are so ready, and we're so proud of you. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good evening.